You know him as the activist, the freedom fighter, the civil servant, and liberator. But today I would like to take you through a journey with me. A journey through the life of Pravin Gordhan and his struggle for freedom, seen through the eyes of a child. For through the eyes of a child, we see the world as it should be. The journey begins in 1977. I was born to Pravin and Pravina into a family of freedom fighters. My mother, a brave stalwart of the struggle in her own right, endured gruesome attacks and challenges from the security branch police since she was a child. Her father, my maternal grandfather, Natu Babinia, first fought in the Indian independence struggle and then spent 16 years as a prisoner on Robben Island. My cousins, Ketso, Saguna, and Hasu, were dedicated and committed activists. And my uncle and aunt, Maniklal and Jaya, were the backbone of the family. All 7 adults and I lived in a 3-bedroom flat in Prince Edward Street, Durban. 116 Prince Edward Street and later Gordon's Pharmacy below the flat were one of the key headquarters of the mass democratic movement. It was like an old-fashioned telephone exchange where people could be connected, given clear messages either to execute on or pass on. It was the nerve center that linked to nerve centers in Cape Town, Johannesburg, and later Lusaka. Even under banning orders, it still operated effectively as a communication hub. Some of the most regular visitors to our home included Yunus Mohammed, Yusuf Vauda, Vish Supasad, Vidhu Vedalanka, the Ram Goban family, George Supasad, Farooq Mir, Bamba and Dolly Pillay, Swami Gaundan, Archie Gumede, Virgil Bonham, Krish Govender, Roy Padiachi, Paul and Ursula David, Selina, Anesh, Maggie, Charm, Deepak Oteps, Nadi and Prissy Jinabai, Daya Pillay, Jerry and Zubi Kuvadia, and Spider Jagannath, Alfantina and Rasheen, to name a few. These are activists who collectively made things happen, and the community that supported my dad, our family and each other through the tyranny of the apartheid state. Thanks to all of these courageous souls, I had many godmothers and godfathers, many of whom I am still very close to today. A story that is often told and which speaks to the type of relationships that existed at the time is the process of selecting a name for me. I was without a name for a few months when I was born, and it was put to a group of activists to democratically select a name for me. Yunus Mohammed, Jerry, and Zubi named me Anisa, which means a pleasant companion. My dad then built on this and named me Anisha, meaning a new dawn or without darkness. I'm still known and saved on Auntie Zubi's phone as Anisa to this day. The activity at our flat in Prince Edward Street brought significant attention from the security establishment. As a child, I remember raids in the early hours of the morning, tapped telephones, and constant monitoring of our household. During my years as a baby and a toddler, my mother would hide secret documents in my nappy, and when the security branch police came to raid the house, she would pass me to my aunt, who would then take away the documents and hide them. In 1977, when my dad was under a banning order, the police raided our home. They spotted a file on the top shelf labeled ANC. They visibly showed excitement, only to discover the file contained my mother's notes from her nursing degree, and ANC referred to antenatal clinics. Whenever there was a big campaign or a new release from Robben Island, our home was abuzz with planning, sending out activists to carry out key tasks, and always a place to grab a bite to eat. My aunt, my second mother, my ba, always ensured there was a delicious home-cooked meal to feed the many activists that popped in and out of our house. Her nurturing, motherly nature offered a place of comfort to many of the activists. My uncle, my dad senior by 12 years, and my second dad worked tirelessly in the sari shop, Bangalore Sari House, below the flat to provide for the family. He and my mom were the only 2 breadwinners at the time. Together they supported and largely supported our family and my dad's career as an activist. One of my earliest memories was the security branch police coming to take my father away to detention when I was 4 years old. My father was planning Griffiths and Qenge's funeral at the time, and the cops found pamphlets in our home. As they were taking my father away to detention, he told me to look at the faces of the security branch police and remember these men who were taking my father away. These men, he said, were working against the liberation of this country, and he taught me to call them oinks, meaning pigs.